All right, we're going to try 8 and 10 first. So I want you to try 8 and 10. Push pause on the video and then push play after you've already worked them out. So try number 8 and number 10 now. Okay, I hope you worked them out. 4 is a perfect square. 2 times 2 is 4. 9 is a perfect square. 3 times 3 is 9. Now this has a z, so it gets a z. This has an a, so that gets an a. So there's our first factor. That should be our second factor as well, because perfect squares are only the same number times itself. Since our b value went away, 1 is positive, 1 is negative, and we're done. 10, same thing. 4 is a perfect square, a is a perfect square, so this is going to be 2 times 2, right? 2a and 2a. 5 times 5 is 25, so that's going to be 5b and 5b. There's no b term, so 1 is positive, 1 is negative. I want you to try 9 and 11, okay? On 11, and I know it's a fraction, let's see what you remember, okay? Try those two now. All right, here we go. Now, if you look at this, 6x squared, that is not a perfect square. 7y squared is not a perfect square. So, can we factor these? No, this one is prime. Now, on number 11. I've got 1/9 c squared minus 64d squared. We can factor 1/9 because this 9 is a perfect square. What you're going to have to do is 1/3 times 1/3. So when you multiply fractions, multiply the top, multiply the bottom. 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 3 is 9. Now, we know 64 is a perfect square. That's just the 8s, right? So this one gets an 8. This one also gets an 8. Since our b term went away, 1 is positive, 1's negative. The 1/3 should get the c, and the 8 should get the d. And that's it. Let's go over your homework real quick, and then I'll let you guys work. So, this is the homework assignment. It says difference of squares, A-3. It says factor these perfect squares. If the binomial will not factor, write the word prime. So, go through. I don't mind if you solve them mentally or if you use the X method, but I recommend that you use on your notes all these perfect squares up to 15. That'll help you identify when it's a perfect square or not. If it's a perfect square, it's going to be one of these over here. One of the answers of what you multiplied. When you take the square root, you should get one of the factors. As I'm looking through, there might be 1 or 2 that come out to prime, okay? So be careful on this. There's only 12 problems, and do your best.